Hey there everyone, so I'm going to just do a quick overview of how I use Screencastify to record read-alouds. This will be a reference if you ever need to pop back and figure out one step along the way. You're welcome to use this video anytime. So I've already logged into Amplify, and from there I'm going to click over to the grade level materials. I teach first grade, so I'm going to select grade 1, and I'm going to find the knowledge block that I'm working from, which is knowledge 10. And from here, I've got lots of really awesome digital elements for all of the domains. You have access to the teacher guide if you want to have that up on your screen. You have the trade book guide. This isn't the trade book, but it is the guide that tells you what book to be using. The student's activity book where you can draw pages from. Digital components like the charts and things that you might need to be using. Image cards, and the flip book. And so the flip book is what I'll be using for the read aloud. So I'm going to open that up. And I want to make sure before I start my screen recording with Screencastify that I have the page loaded that I want. I'm going to be working from lesson 3. I took a look ahead and I know that that starts on page 25. So I'm going to go right to it. And I am on lesson number 3. From there, once I'm on the right page, I'm going to start my screen recording. I have my teacher's edition of the knowledge read-alouds right in front of me so that I can read from that. And I will go up here and click on that Screencastify button. From there, you've got a few different options. You can record your browser tab only, so it will only record the material that's in this tab inside this box. You can record your whole desktop, which is what I'm doing right now so that you can see all of those different options of what I'm clicking and navigating through. Or you can use your webcam tool, and that's really awesome if you want to just record a video to send to your students. But right now for the read aloud, I'm going to select that browser tab. You can select your microphone if you have more than one, and you can choose to embed a webcam video. You can leave this on or turn it off. When you embed the webcam, you'll see a box down in the bottom right-hand corner of your face with your video recording straight from your computer's webcam. I really like this option because they tend to be looking at the same picture for a long time. But if you decide that you don't want to, you can just switch that off. For the sake of letting you see what it looks like, I'm going to leave it on. So when we're all set, I'm going to click record. It'll give you a quick countdown. It'll bring up your webcam. Hey there. And you can get started. So I will flip through my teacher's edition right in front of me and look at those words. And I am going to be flipping through these with my arrow keys on my keyboard. You can also scroll with your cursor through the pictures. It is totally up to you what your preference is. Down in this bottom left-hand corner, there are a few really useful tools for when you're doing read-alouds, whether you're using the Knowledge Flipbook or something else. So you can use a pen and draw. You can use an eraser tool to erase an individual item, or you can click on this button to wipe the screen completely clear. And if you decide at some point that you want to shut off your video and not have yourself shown on the screen, you can click on this embed webcam button and it'll take off your video. If you want to close out the tools or hide them, you can press that little X and they will go away. From there, if I'm done with my read aloud, I'm going to hop back up to the Screencastify button and I'm going to look right here at my recording. I can trash it, I can pause it, or I can stop it. So I'm going to click stop, and it's going to open up the Screencastify screen right away, and it's going to review what I did with my Screencastify recording. From here, I can use these little scissor tools to crop my video. So if it took me a minute to get into recording at the beginning, I was shuffling around screens or looking at my book, I can crop it a little bit and trim the beginning of the video or the end of the video. I'm going to leave it as is, and I'm going to close that out. You can turn the audio on, make it full screen. It will save it to the Google Drive that's connected to your Screencastify account, but my preference is to download it. So I'm going to click the download menu and I'm going to export as MP4. This makes sure that you have a video that you can upload or share. So I click on that, I export it, It will take a minute. If you're recording a whole read aloud, it normally takes about 15 minutes or so to fully export that video, and then you've got a download button. There are also a few options to share directly from Screencastify. So if you're comfortable with what you recorded, you can share it directly to your Google Classroom. You can publish it straight to YouTube, or you can get a code to share it. If you click more options, you have an option to send it directly through email or generate a QR code so somebody could scan it on their phone. Up here, you also have the option to do a shareable link. When you do a shareable link, if you send it to someone who clicks on it, they will get directly sent to the website where your video is posted through Screencastify. Once this video is all done exporting, you will have a download button right here, and you can click on that download button and save the video to do whatever you want with it. You might upload it to YouTube from your computer. You might upload it to a Google Drive folder. And so we will talk about those in some other videos. I'll give you a few different options of how you might want to share. So here's that download button, and I'm just going to click that, and it'll save it right to my computer. Again, will probably take a few minutes if your read aloud is pretty long. Another thing to note is that the free version of Screencastify caps your videos at 5 minutes, so you will likely have to use 2 to get through one read aloud. That is about all I have for Screencastify. I would absolutely love to answer any questions that you have, so you can email or text me or anything like that. But that's all I have for now. I'll see you in the next one.